What impact do you think that's going to have on the division race?
Yeah, well, whatever happens, I think, we just got to control what we can, for, honestly, for as long as I've been alive, the Pats have been at the top. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop until, we're at the top. And I know Avery's got the same mindset. So I think all of our guys are on the same page in terms of that. But we just got to worry about our job, especially this early in the offseason. We just got to do our job every single day.
I got to ask y'all this because, obviously, despite the record, everybody's been raving about you and the upside. You, 120 tackles, for crying out loud. We know what you're going to bring to the table, especially now that Mosley's coming to the mix as well. That's only going to help matters. But what happened to y'all? Y'all were 3-3 after 6 games, and you finished 4-12. Put into words, what happened?
Well, I would say just to attention to detail. We had maybe 5 or 6 games that we just lost it in. The Titans, the Packers, the Texans. Games we could have easily won. So the execution at the end of the game, that's critical. You got to close out. So that's what I feel like the point of this year is. We got to close out games because that's what good teams do. So we could have easily been 9-7, easily. So if you don't close out games, then you're not gonna be a successful team.
Go ahead, Max.
Sam, in the NFL, if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to be a winning franchise. And Jets fans believe that they have their quarterback in you. And to my memory, I can't remember a guy as young as you going into his 2nd season as a starter. And everyone agrees, I think, who watches you, if you avoid injury, you're going to be very good. How far away from being a very good quarterback by NFL standards, not just for your age, do you think you are?
Yeah, I think for me, and a lot of it's going to sound, redundant, to be honest, but right now, I'm just focusing on, the things that I can control. And I'm glad we got the pieces that we have together right now. I think we're going to have a good year. But it all starts now. It doesn't matter what we do as long as, if we work hard this offseason, good things are going to come. If we don't, we're going to see bad results. I think it's as simple as that, honestly. And I'm just really excited to get to work. Like I said, we got a lot of new pieces. New coaching staff. We got to come in there, learn the offense as fast as possible. That's going to be a process. And so it's all a process, but we're also aware of that. We got a young squad, but I think we're very mature. I think we can go out there, handle our business every day on the practice field, and as long as we do that, I think we'll be fine. And for me, I'm just going to handle my business like I do every single day and go about it that way.
Offensive player, defensive player. Talk to me about how you expect this year to be different from the perspective of going from Todd Bowles to Adam Gase. How are things going to be different in y'all mind?
Well, I think for us offensively, Coach Gase has proved himself. He's coached guys like, first of all, he's coached teams to winning records, and he's proven that he can win games as a head coach. But offensively, he's coached guys like Peyton when he was breaking all those records in Denver. He coached Jay Cutler when Jay was doing well in Chicago. Ryan Tannehill, Brock Osweiler. He's coached a bunch of personalities. And he's coached also a bunch of guys that play a little bit different. So I think for me, it's going to be, and for our offense as well, it's going to be fun to kind of see what our identity is this offseason and kind of go about it that way.
Avery, talk to me about what went through your mind when you found out you guys were getting CJ Mosley. I mentioned LeVeon Bell earlier, but Mosley's a big deal as well. Yeah,
I was actually, when I was in Mexico when I found the news out, I'm like, and my agent called me, I'm like, oh, shoot, what's going on? Am I getting traded? So I was kind of nervous, but nah, I'm excited about CJ. I feel like he brings a lot to the table. He, we same draft class, so I've definitely watched him over the years, and he's a great player. He has the ability to make a lot of plays. He's the type of guy that can be a game changer for us. So when I found out that news, I was definitely very excited, and I knew that that's the type of guys that we need in the locker room to get over the hump and to have a successful team and get to the postseason.
Go ahead, Max.
Guys, do you feel that the Patriots are vulnerable without Gronk, with Brady entering his age 42 season?
I'm never counting Brady out, man. He's you can't sleep on your opponent. Brady's done it a lot. He's done it, a number of years. So I'm not counting Brady out. You gotta approach him like, you know, he's just like every day. I mean, he's deadly. So you got to make sure that you're on your A game every time you play him. Gronkowski is a great player, but definitely glad he. I mean, definitely glad he's retired. But man, I'm excited to play against Brady this year.
I want to chime in something because I don't know if you two knew. Did y'all hear the breaking news? I mean, Max
What?
didn't want to tell you. Y'all didn't hear breaking news. The Cleveland Browns going to win the Super Bowl. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The Cleveland Browns are going to win the Super Bowl because according to Max and everybody out there, I mean, these are legit title contenders. Ain't been in the playoffs since 2002, mind you. But because Odell Beckham Jr. has arrived, everything has changed. Meanwhile, y'all
And
got some
Kareem
dude
Hunt.
named LeVeon Bell. Meanwhile, y'all got some dude named LeVeon Bell to join y'all. How do y'all feel about all the noise that has been going on other places and the lack of noise that's been coming in y'all direction since y'all are going to have LeVeon Bell?
Yeah, you know, I think we'll see. You know, it's going to be fun to see how the season pans out. It's interesting, though, during the offseason, you just worry about yourself so much that you're not really caught up in that news. Obviously, everyone knows that OBJ is there. They got a ton of talent over there. Baker had a great year last year. I'm sure he's going to do the same thing this year. But, you know, for us, it's just worrying about what we can control when we play him, you know, try to beat him. And that's just kind of how we're going to go about it.
But what has LeVeon Bell said to y'all about being on this team and what his expectations are for y'all to take? You haven't spoken to him yet?
spoken to him
Okay.
yet.
Have you spoken to him?
I've just shared a couple texts right when he
Okay,
got
all right.
traded.
So that's about
yeah.
it. But has he told y'all anything about what he expects from y'all this year? LeVeon.
No, I just think for all of our players, we're going to expect to go out there and win. You know, nothing short of that. I know the new uniforms are going to help us a little bit. You know, I think it's a cool new look. And
I like 'em.
You like them?
I like the new uniform, and I like the
First
black
time
ones
in a
too.
couple
I like it.
decades.
I know.
Appreciate that.
I know.
Appreciate
No,
that.
it's a
First
cool
time in
look.
20 years.
Let's take a
First time
look
in
at
20
him.
First time in 20 years. I like it.